From being a talented musician in a band called Dogstar to having a tragic personal life full of trauma, it seems there's a lot that we don't really know about our favorite celebrity. Here are some of the most exciting facts about Keanu Reeves that you might not know. To start with, let's talk about where the star was born.
Like just an empty, there's no head, there's no body, there's no legs, it's just there, and then it disappears. And I was a little kid, and I thought, okay, well, that's interesting. And then I looked over at the nanny, and she's like this.
While many admirers of Reeves and his movies believe the Canadian actor was born in Canada, the truth is actually far from it. As it turns out, the actor was born in Beirut, Lebanon. The star, despite having grown up in Canada, is not actually a Canadian by heritage. There, Keanu's mother, Patricia Taylor, was a showgirl and costume designer from England, while his father, Samuel Nolan Reeves Jr., was a geologist from Hawaii. They met in Beirut, where Patricia was performing in a nightclub, and Samuel was working for a company that was contracted to build a power plant in the area. Keanu was born on September 2, 1964, in a hospital in Beirut, but the family didn't stay there for very long. When Keanu was just a few years old, his parents separated, and he and his mother moved around quite a bit. They lived in Australia, New York City, and Toronto, among other places.
No, absolutely. I grew up in Toronto, and I lived on this street called Hazelton, and there was a recording studio there called Nimbus 9. And my mother was in costume designing. She was in rock and roll, in the business, and they had friends.
Reeves wouldn't relocate to Canada with his mother until much later. Along the road, he would encounter various stepfathers, one of whom was an American. Thanks to that relationship, Reeves would be able to maintain his Canadian citizenship while pursuing a career in Hollywood. He then still chose to maintain his Canadian citizenship after achieving success rather than obtaining American citizenship. Now that I've mentioned his stepfathers, let's talk about his real one.
Yes. Oh. Yeah, I have a cousin.
Oh, there's a...
I'm
Really?
Hawaiian. Everyone's got a cousin. And there's a cousin Keanu, and I met.
And nobody
when I was
said,
a
we
kid."
got a Keanu already. Maybe we should just stick with the one.
Reeves' father reportedly abandoned the family when he was just 3 years old. It was a crucial turning point in his life that the actor has only briefly discussed in a few interviews. His absent father was then later on accused of drug-related offenses and found guilty after departing. As a result, his mother would be responsible for raising both the future star and his sister. Throughout the process, several men would play the position of stepfather in his life. Reeves' father contacted him in the 1990s, but the actor admitted he never responded and had nothing to say. The long-lost parent and his renowned son have not reportedly spoken to one another ever since. And the heartbreak doesn't stop there. There doesn't seem to be any shortage of trauma in Keanu's life. One of the most tragic events in Keanu's life was the birth of his stillborn baby. In 1999, his girlfriend Jennifer Syme gave birth to their daughter, Ava, but unfortunately, the baby was stillborn. This was obviously devastating for Keanu and Jennifer, and they ended up breaking up not long after. But sadly, it didn't end there. Tragically, just a year and a half later, Jennifer was killed in a car accident. She was driving alone when she hit a row of parked cars and was thrown from her car and was soon after declared dead. Keanu was obviously devastated by her death, and it reportedly took him a long time to come to terms with it. But that's not all. Keanu has also experienced other tragedies in his life. His father left the family when he was young, and his best friend, River Phoenix, died of a drug overdose outside of a nightclub in 1993. Keanu was with River then and tried to save him, but unfortunately, it was too late. Despite all of this, Keanu has managed to maintain a positive outlook on life and has continued to work hard in his acting career. In short, Keanu Reeves has certainly had his fair share of tragedy in his life, but he has managed to persevere and continue to be a successful and well-respected actor, and he's gained a lot of that respect by giving back to people. He's known to be a big philanthropist. He's also known for being a kind and generous person, giving away a large portion of his earnings to charity and his fellow cast and crew members. First of all, he's known to be a really humble guy.
John Wick through the situations of other characters, and he was really drawn to the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so enter Donnie Yen as Kane, and Shamir Anderson
That's the tracker.
Despite being one of the biggest movie stars in the world, he's not one to flaunt his wealth or talk about his philanthropic work. He's been known to take public transportation and not have a fancy Hollywood mansion like some of his colleagues. But when it comes to giving back, Keanu has definitely done his fair share. He's donated millions of dollars to various charities over the years, including children's hospitals and cancer research organizations. He's also known to be very generous with his time, often visiting sick children in hospitals and spending time with them. Keanu's philanthropy involves him giving away a significant portion of his salary from the Matrix sequels to the special effects. He felt that they were the ones who deserved the extra money more than he did, and he wanted to show his appreciation for their hard work. On top of his charitable work, Keanu is also an advocate for various social causes. He's emphasized the significance of raising awareness about mental health, and he's also been an outspoken supporter of the Me Too movement. He uses his platform to promote gender equality and stand up against sexual harassment and assault. Like, he's a genuinely good person who cares about making a positive impact on the world. That's something that we can all admire and strive towards. And while we all admire him, he's busy admiring his bikes. It's no secret that this Hollywood heartthrob has a real passion for two-wheeled machines. In fact, he's been known to collect them and even design his own custom bikes. Reeves first got into motorcycles when he was filming the 1991 action movie Point Break. He played an FBI agent who infiltrated a gang of bank robbers who were also avid surfers. During filming, Reeves was introduced to legendary stuntman and motorcycle guru Gary Davis. Davis showed Reeves the ropes and took him out for a ride on his Harley Davidson. It was love at the first ride. Since then, Reeves has owned and ridden countless motorcycles. He's a big fan of custom bikes and has even designed a few of his own. His company, Arch Motorcycle, produces high-end, handmade motorcycles that are a true reflection of Reeves' style and personality. These bikes are not only beautiful to look at, but they're also engineered to be fast and powerful. Reeves' love for motorcycles isn't just about the thrill of riding, though. He's also a big advocate for motorcycle safety. In an interview with GQ, he said, "I want to promote the idea of motorcycling as a way to get around, but we need to do it in a safe way." He's been involved in various initiatives aimed at increasing awareness and promoting safety for motorcyclists. It's clear that motorcycles are a big part of Reeves' life, whether he's cruising around on one of his custom bikes or working to make the roads safer for motorcyclists. His passion for these machines is undeniable. And let's be real, there's something pretty badass about a movie star who can tear up the pavement on a motorcycle like it's nobody's business. And the next fact about our star confirms that he truly is a badass from the heart. Reeves joined the band Dog Star in the 1990s. He assumed the band's bass responsibilities, which included playing live shows and recording CDs. Dog Star released many albums, with Happy Ending from 2000 being the most well-known. The inclusion of the bass player in the band helped the group garner a lot of media attention. They appeared on prominent media outlets such as The Tonight Show starring Jay Leno, and they were included in articles. But in the end, the band's tenure didn't continue very long, and they disbanded in the early 2000s. That's all for the most uncommon facts about Keanu Reeves.